The ancient Egyptians are renowned for their incredible achievements in engineering, architecture, and construction. One of their most impressive accomplishments was the construction of the pyramids, massive structures that have stood the test of time and continue to fascinate people to this day. The pyramids were built as tombs for the pharaohs of ancient Egypt, and they served as a testament to the power and wealth of these rulers. The most famous of these pyramids is the Great Pyramid of Giza, which was built for the pharaoh Khufu in the 26th century BCE. This pyramid is one of the largest structures ever built, standing at over 140 meters tall and made up of over 2 million stone blocks, each weighing several tons. So how did the ancient Egyptians manage to construct such a massive structure? The answer lies in their impressive engineering skills, as well as their innovative use of technology and manpower. One of the keys to the construction of the pyramids was the use of ramps. The workers who built the pyramids used ramps made of mud bricks and other materials to transport the massive stone blocks to the construction site. These ramps were gradually extended as the pyramid grew taller, allowing the workers to continue moving the stones to higher and higher levels. Certainly, I would be happy to write a long article about the ancient Egyptian belief in the afterlife. The ancient Egyptians believed that life did not end with death, but that the soul continued on to the afterlife. This belief was a central part of their religion and had a profound impact on their culture and society. The Egyptians believed that the soul consisted of several parts, including the Ka, the Ba, and the Ak. The Ka was the life force that sustained the body, the Ba was the part of the soul that could move freely between the afterlife and the world of the living, and the Ak was the part of the soul that ascended to the heavens after death. In order to ensure that the soul would have a successful journey to the afterlife, the Egyptians developed a complex system of rituals and beliefs. One of the most important of these was the practice of mummification. The Egyptians believed that the body had to be preserved in order for the soul to continue on to the afterlife, and they developed a process of embalming and wrapping the body in linen bandages. The Egyptians also believed that the soul needed food, water, and other supplies in the afterlife, so they buried the dead with offerings of food, clothing, and other items. These offerings were placed in the tomb alongside the mummified body, and they were believed to be accessible to the soul in the afterlife. The afterlife was believed to be a complex and hierarchical place, with different levels of existence depending on the person's social status and the quality of their life on earth. The most important level was the Field of Reeds, which was a paradise-like place where the soul could live forever in peace and happiness. The ancient Egyptians are widely regarded as the first civilization to develop a system of writing using hieroglyphics. This system of writing had a profound impact on their culture and society, and it allowed them to record their history, beliefs, and achievements for future generations. Hieroglyphics were a complex system of symbols and pictures that were used to represent words and ideas. The word hieroglyphic comes from the Greek words hieros, meaning sacred, and glyphein, meaning to carve. The Egyptians used hieroglyphics in a variety of contexts, including religious texts, historical documents, and everyday communication. The origins of hieroglyphics can be traced back to around 3000 BCE, when the Egyptians first began to develop a system of writing. The earliest examples of hieroglyphics were simple pictures of objects and animals, such as birds, snakes, and boats. Over time, these pictures evolved into more complex symbols and characters that could represent entire words and phrases. One of the most important aspects of hieroglyphics was their use in religious texts. The Egyptians believed that the gods had given them the gift of writing, and they used hieroglyphics to record their religious beliefs, myths, and rituals. These texts were often inscribed on the walls of temples and tombs, and they played a crucial role in the practice of Egyptian religion. Ancient Egyptian society was highly stratified, with different classes of people occupying distinct social positions and roles. The social hierarchy of ancient Egypt was based on a combination of factors, including wealth, occupation, and family background. At the top of the social hierarchy were the pharaohs, who were considered divine rulers with absolute authority over the land and its people. The pharaohs were surrounded by a court of high-ranking officials and priests who helped to govern the country and oversee its religious practices. Below the pharaohs were the nobility, who were typically landowners and wealthy merchants. The nobility held important positions in government and religion, and they were often appointed to key administrative roles by the pharaoh. They also enjoyed a luxurious lifestyle, with access to fine foods, clothing, and other luxuries. Beneath the nobility were the middle classes, which included artisans, scribes, and other skilled workers. These individuals were often highly respected in their communities, and they played important roles in the economy and culture of ancient Egypt. Scribes, for example, were responsible for recording important documents and maintaining the official records of the kingdom. The religion of ancient Egypt was a complex and multifaceted system that played a central role in the culture and society of the kingdom. At its core, the religion of ancient Egypt was based on the belief in the existence of many gods and goddesses, who were believed to have supernatural powers and control over different aspects of life. The ancient Egyptians believed that their gods and goddesses were responsible for everything from the natural world to human emotions and behaviors. Each god and goddess had their own unique attributes and qualities, and they were often associated with specific animals, symbols, and colors. One of the most important gods in the ancient Egyptian pantheon was Ra, the sun god. Ra was believed to be the creator of the world and all living things, and he was often depicted as a falcon or a man with the head of a falcon. Another important god was Osiris, the god of the afterlife, who was often depicted as a mummified figure. Osiris was believed to judge the souls of the dead and determine their fate in the afterlife. Other important gods and goddesses included Isis, the goddess of magic and fertility, Horus, the god of the sky, Anubis, the god of mummification and the afterlife, and Thoth, the god of knowledge and writing. The ancient Egyptians were skilled mathematicians who made important contributions to the field of mathematics. They developed a number system and mathematical techniques that were used to solve practical problems in construction, trade, and other areas of daily life. The ancient Egyptian number system was based on a hieroglyphic system of writing that used symbols to represent different quantities. The symbols ranged from simple vertical lines to more complex images of animals and humans. The Egyptians used these symbols to represent both whole numbers and fractions, which allowed them to perform complex mathematical calculations.